Hello everyone and welcome back to Wiki Reading. Today I will be reading SCP-1807 Home Sweet Okapi. Object Class Euclid. SCP-1807 is the corpse of an Okapi, Okapia johnstoni. The object measures approximately 1 meter in height and 60 kilograms in weight. A plastic tag is present on the corpse's ear reading 2928. There is a large flap of skin that has been cut away from the body so as to expose the anomalous interior space of SCP-1807, which is much larger than the exterior of the Okapi. This internal space is hereby designated SCP-1807-1. -1 is the space within the Okapi, measuring approximately 2 kilometers squared in area. The highest recorded temperature within this area is 0 degrees Celsius. There are several structures and machines of unknown purpose affixed to the various surfaces of -1. All of these objects are composed of a wide variety of organic matter. When first discovered, these machines displayed minimal levels of activity and complexity, and most appeared to be entirely non-functional. However, personnel began noticing increased activity from these objects, as well as drastically greater intricacy in their component parts after the creation of several instances of SCP-1807-Alpha. Tentative further testing confirmed a correlation between these two phenomena. As such, testing on SCP-1807 has been temporarily halted. When a human being makes physical contact with SCP-1807's body for at least 5 seconds, that human will disappear and apparently become an instance of -Alpha. Contact with the object through clothing and contact with the interior of SCP-1807 do not activate this property. -Alpha refers to human voices that can be heard from within -1. At the time of writing, 27 separate voices have been distinguished and subsequently matched to persons that have disappeared from the town of Florida, including instances of -Alpha can be heard communicating exclusively with each other, either due to inability to hear outside voices or unwillingness to acknowledge them. See audio log 1807-Alpha for a sample of these voices. SCP-1807 was discovered in the aforementioned town when Foundation agents responded to reports of claims of a children-eating horse at a petting zoo. The corpse itself was found on the kitchen floor of a house belonging to Watts, the owner of the petting zoo, upon further investigation. The entirety of the Watts family has been officially reported as missing, due to the nature of the anomalous event and the inefficiency of distributing amnestics to all persons involved. Foundation personnel have begun to disseminate multiple urban legends regarding this event to local peoples. Addendum 1807 Omicron. On February 16, 2006, several humanoids attired in vintage diving costumes, hereby designated SCP-1807-Bravo, manifested at several locations within and around Site-23 and demanded the usage of SCP-1807. Footnotes 1. This voice has been positively identified as belonging to Rogers, unknown sex offender and pedophile. 2. This voice has been positively identified as belonging to Watts, a rancher. 3. This voice has been positively identified as belonging to Watts, daughter of Watts. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-1807 is to be kept in containment cell number 8467 at Site-23. Unless instructed otherwise for the purposes of testing, personnel are not to make unprotected skin contact with the object. Protective gear must be worn at all times, even when venturing into SCP-1807-1. Sample audio recordings are to be taken within -1 weekly so as to study the behavior of SCP-1807-Alpha instances. Manifestations of SCP-1807-Bravo are to be subdued and contained in separate cells as quickly as possible. If captured, interviews with these subjects must be approved by a Level 3 researcher prior to scheduling, and any testing on any of these organisms must be approved by 2 Level 3 researchers and 1 Level 4 researcher.